And welcome back. Always fun when Rachel West with Eating the Ozarks shows up. I'm sure today is going to be no exception. Good to see you again.
There's cornbread today.
Yeah, well, that's in my win-win category.
Ozarkian, makes it extra fun. Yeah.
Well, dive off into that before it's warm. So I don't know if you know my chef's thing with making sure your bread. So this is some honey butter. So what I brought in today, you just smear however you want that. So what I brought in today is acorn flour cornbread. So it's half cornmeal and half acorn flour. So what I did is
what did you do?
You follow a regular cornbread recipe. I know I'm skipping around.
We're too busy eating. You get it. Yeah.
Oh, this is good.
They're really good.
It's nutty.
So they're nutty.
If you can, this is the acorn flour. So acorn flour does not have any gluten in it. And while I'm kind of sad to say, I went looking in the yard. This is that's the only acorn that your squirrels hadn't beaten me. Hadn't
helped
beaten
themselves
me
with. Okay.
Now I will say I did not use acorns that were this size. I used giant, beautiful, big bur oaks. They're about the size of a small golf ball. Small golf ball.
Yeah.
So a lot of people will say that acorns are toxic. But really, all acorns are edible. They just have tannins in them that you have to leach out. And so there's two different ways of leaching acorns.
Yeah, what's that process?
The quickest process is to give them a quick crack and then soak them in the back of your toilet tank. Yes, I said that out loud. I know. Well, it cycles water. So natives would usually soak them in a river and allow the tannins just to carry away, and then they would bring them up whenever they needed them. It also kept critters out of them. Different tribes, obviously.
Just because the water comes through and it cycles back, and so they need that.
You can also do a hot leach, which a lot of foragers like myself will do. And so what you do is you have your kids spend a couple hundred hours cracking acorns.
They'll be all over that.
There'll be grubs on the inside too, which there's my littles. That was taken a couple years ago, but those are on the front porch.
The grubs?
They are.
Yeah, I knew
okay, so acorns are extremely high in potassium and iron. They also have vitamin A, which is an antioxidant that helps us fight aging and all kinds of things. And so they're really healthy. So what I do is I have the kids crack them. We separate the grubs from the acorns, and then I just bring the acorns to a boil. It'll look like gasoline. Those tannins on the top, it'll look like rainbow.
Oh, really?
On
Kind
the
of
top.
that sheen.
And so you just pour it off, and then you bring it to a boil again. Most acorns only take 2 to 3 leaches. Now, there's 2 different types of oaks. There's 400 species, but there's 2 different types of oaks, and you've got red oaks and white oaks. And so your white oaks acorns only stay on the tree for 8 to 9 months, whereas to red oaks are over 18 months. So they're going to be a lot higher in tannins. But right now, those are the only ones that you can find still laying on the ground, because the squirrels also know which ones are less in tannins, and it's like fighting them with the candy, basically. So if you are harvesting in the early fall and you do, I've got a wood ear that snuck out my basket. You would want to look for white oaks.
Okay.
But right now, you're going to probably only find red oaks, which would need a little bit more leaching. That being said, if you have a local Asian market, they actually even sell acorn starch.
Okay.
It won't be as thick as this one. It'll be a little bit more like a baking soda. I went in the store and looked at it. It doesn't have as much. I think it's just because of the way that they refine it. That being said, because it doesn't have gluten, it's always a good idea to mix it if you want to make a bread like this. So you can do a half of your acorn flour with anything else. So you can supplement it with a gluten-free flour, or like I did here with some cornmeal.
I'll be darned, I never heard of that, but when you said, and I know you're all about foraging, but I got to wondering, well, is this something one might find in a natural food store or in a
just like our
market?
Asian market? Yeah, they sell. So and there's a lot of cultures that still process and eat acorns as regular part of their diet, not just us wild foragers.
Okay.
All right, but I have one question I'm really afraid to ask because of the answer.
Oh no.
What'd you do with the grubs?
Oh, we eat them. You know we do. So the grubs, because their whole life they've only been inside of an acorn, they're very nutty. I want to bring you some in now. I'm gonna like saute you.
You can bring them in all you want. Doesn't mean I'm gonna eat a grub.
They're very much like a popped corn, like a roasted corn.
Yeah,
it's very strange
like
to think how good
too, right.
No.
I get
popped corn.
I've eaten those little crickets before, little crickets, and they roast those, and it tastes for all the world like a
sunflower. Now the grubs are
better.
Grubs are better than crickets.
Really?
Because the crickets have that exoskeleton.
That's a great thing to know.
Well, to me, you have to shake the crickets to get their legs and their antennae, and so with the grubs, you're just sauteing in a skillet and you're done.
Good to know. Rachel West eating the Ozarks cornbread is really good. Thank you,
Yeah, I like
ma'am.
the cornbread. I'll go
Delicious.
go on that one.
Yeah.
All right,
Come
it's
see
time
our
to check out
dinner.
what's going on in the news.